And President Trump is set to meet with McConnell this week to discuss a path forward. But some conservative groups want the leader out over his inability to pass the president's agenda. Here to explain is CEO of Tea Party Patriots, Beth Martin. Jenny, give voice to this feeling that says the majority leader has got to go.
Well, we sit here looking at what has not happened in the United States Senate. We see that Obamacare has not been repealed, that we do have a new Supreme Court justice. We appreciate that we have Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court, but we've only had 6 other judges not named Gorsuch named to the Supreme Court. Congress still has an illegal exemption from Obamacare. There's no attempt to balance the budget at all, and the list goes on and on. The Senate and the Republicans in the Senate made promises, and they're breaking their promises. They're not keeping them.
You know, Jenny, Beth, and by the way, Steve Bannon, they're channeling what I call his inner Breitbart, because if you look at those film, he looks exactly like him. Andrew railed against the establishment. He wanted to take down the institutional left. Now, are you saying there's an institutional right? But how do we do it? How do you take Mitch McConnell out as Senate Majority Leader? What's the opposition?
Well, we will continue to work right now in the very short-term future to pass tax reform. We have to do that so that we can help President Trump on that. And then next year, as we look at candidates who are going to run for the United States Senate, ask them whether they're going to vote for Mitch McConnell as leader or not. Ask them if they're willing to make it easier to bring bills onto the floor so that we can at least debate them and see where senators stand on them instead of using the filibuster as an excuse to do nothing at all right now. There would be 2 steps in the right direction. The other thing that Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund will be focused on is whether the candidate will get rid of the illegal congressional exemption from Obamacare.
All right, so real quick, Jenny Beth, Steve said go after the money. They're cutting off the money. Is that viable as a strategy?
Yeah. It is viable. And the other thing, so you can go after the money, don't donate to candidates who aren't keeping promises. Look for candidates who have conviction and courage and who are conservative. You know, back in 2010 and 12 and even 2014, as candidates were running for office, they weren't quite sure. We didn't fully understand the full depth of the establishment and how much they just cleave to power. We get that now. So as we're looking at our candidates next year, we need to make sure they're candidates who have the courage to stand up to the power in Washington.
Well, definitely a more mature movement at this point. Beth Martin, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jenny Beth.
Appreciate it.